19 college basketball picks in prime time. We got also a college football game, the Civil War. We'll have a pick from that game, so make sure you stay tuned as we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, giving you picks for the prime time games. And like I said, there's about 20 games in prime time tonight, and we'll get them started here with the let's take a look at our guest list for today. We'll have Joe D'Amico. He'll be doing a drive-through show at co-host. It'll be a drive-through pick from him as well. We've got Rod Zawacki, Joe Duffy in the center square. We've got Chris Ruffalo will serve as co-host. Goran will come in with English soccer at the end of the show, and Brian Bittler. Where do you sit right now in college football, Brian?
Number 2 ranked, plus $7,600 on the season, I believe. So I need a good weekend now. All
right. Brian needs a really good weekend. All right, let's go ahead and welcome in here Chris and Joe D'Amico. Guys, it's rapid fire, so we're going to go ahead and get on with the picks, and we'll get it started here with Joe Duffy. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's having a fantastic season in college football. Joe, how are things going today? How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was pretty good. A smaller Thanksgiving than usual. Most of my family's out of town, but the people that live in my household, we got 5 of us. We had a good Thanksgiving.
All right, very good. All right, you've got a college basketball game. You'll be looking at Arky Little Rock and UNC Greensboro to start at the top of the hour.
Yeah, the problem with Arkansas Little Rock is Arkansas doesn't protect the Little Rock very well. Last year they were very high in turnovers. They really struggled against Prairie View A&M, a team that was without their best player, Cam Mack. They barely got by in that game. And UNC Greensboro, they are able to force turnovers very, very well. They've got this guy, Isaiah Miller, a guard who is sensational, lightning quick, scores on the transition. I just think, look, UNC Greensboro is so good at forcing the turnovers. Arkansas Little Rock not very good at protecting the ball. I just think this is going to be a turnover fest unless it was an all-time outlier the other night. But it looks like that Arkansas Little Rock did not fix their problem protecting the basketball when they played an inferior Prairie View A&M team, a team they should have beaten much more soundly. They kept it very close. My top-rated simulator has UNC Greensboro covering 71% of the simulation. So I just think this is one of those really good matchups. I expect Arkansas Little Rock to turn the ball over quite often, and for this game to be a double-digit win by Greensboro.
All right. Joe Duffy here on UNC Greensboro, laying the points here against Arkansas Little Rock. Chris, what did you think about this one?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you guys any analytics about this one, but I can give you the eye test because I watched that Little Rock Prairie View game. I had nothing else to do at that point. It tells you how exciting my night was on that night. But I'm with Joe on this one, and I'm going to disagree a little bit. I thought Prairie View should have won that game outright. I mean, the only reason that Little Rock got away with the win, you look at Prairie View, they outshot them from the field 49.1% to 43%. 38% from three-point range to 23 for Little Rock. But the disparity was in the foul shooting. It was just a lack of discipline from Prairie View, giving up 29 free throws to Little Rock hitting 23 of them to just 4 for Prairie View in that game. And, still, even in a win, Little Rock, 19 turnovers to go towards Joe's point. So, UNC Greensboro, perennially one of the better defensive teams in the country. Little Rock can't take care of the basketball. We see even something remotely close to a duplicate performance of what we saw against Prairie View A&M. This isn't just a double-digit win. This is probably a 20-point win for Greensboro, so I'm on the same side here.
He says the same size. All right, Joe D'Amico, what say you in this matchup?
Well, great minds think alike, and I love Joe Duffy's mind. He's one of the best in the business. I agree with him 100%. I did look at this game. I did not put it up, but I did look at this game, and every point that Joe made, he's right on. I'm right behind you, Joe. Way to go, buddy.
All right, that's Joe D'Amico. All right, Mr. Joe Duffy, your last word on this one.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those cases where even if Little Rock has the lead with like 5 minutes remaining, Greensboro can go into that full court press and come from behind. Not that I think they're going to have to come from behind, but I just can't see Little Rock going the entire game without going in a big stretch where they're outscored like 19-4 or something like that, because as I said, I just think Greensboro is going to figure out how to force them to commit tons and tons of turnovers. So don't sweat it. Even if it's not looking good with 8 minutes remaining, I still think we could see a turnover fest and a nice backdoor cover under the worst possible scenario.
All right, Joe Duffy here on the drive-through. All right, Joe, as we get the show started, approaching quarter after the hour, what do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, a bunch of stuff went today, but tomorrow, one of the biggest portfolios of the year, got my ESPN 2 game of the year, a bunch of wise guy plays despite, if we ever do a show on worst bad beats, it's top heavy this year, but despite so many bad beats, we're still, I think, on the plus side in college football this year, and tomorrow is arguably our biggest Saturday portfolio of the season.
All right, guys, check out Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs Premium. Plus 439 units documented right now. So why not pick up one of those long-term passes? He's got a 30-day all-sports pass right now at the website. Get all of Joe's plays for 30 days. That would be college football, college basketball, NFL. Of course, NBA will be in play as it starts a little more than 3 weeks away. So check him out over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Mr. Joe Duffy, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a winning night, and we'll talk with you next week.
We will talk to you, gentlemen, next week. Thank you.
All right, our buddy Joe Duffy here on the drive-thru. We'll continue on with our coverage. And front and center here with Joe D'Amico. Joe, you're going to be looking at a game here, Colorado and Kansas State.
Absolutely. And Tony, Chris, I don't know if you're keeping score, but on the Wednesday show, my free play won again. Utah State, 6.5-point dog, crushed New Mexico, 41-27. My free game run, Tony, 32-11 here on the drive-thru show. I got another winner for everybody tonight. Folks, Kansas State lost to Drake in their season opener, 80-70. The Wildcats are in real trouble this season, guys. They lack experience. They lack leadership. They only have 4 scholarship players from last year's squad. And get this, only 1 from the Big 12 Conference Co-Championship team of 2018-2019. Things aren't going to improve here as they face a very dangerous Colorado team. The Buffaloes, they impressed me, guys. They against South Dakota, an 84-61 win to start their campaign. McKinley Wright the fourth. I love his name. I love this player. He led Colorado. He had over 20 points. He was joined in double figures by 3 other players off the bench, Bartholomew, Horn, and Walker, all solid athletes. As a matter of fact, guys, this team has a bench as good as just about any in the conference. The team rattled off 7 straight victories to start off last year's season. Then they lost a pair of outings to who? Powerhouse Kansas and a very game NIU team before running another 5-win hot streak over such notables as Dayton and, yes, even Powerhouse Oregon. I look for Wright tonight to star in his own highlight reel, guys. K-State has no one to contend with him. Guys, he's going to light it up both ends of the court. Take the Buffaloes to win big here, my friends. It'll get you the money.
All right, you got the Buffaloes here from Joe D'Amico. All right, Chris, your thoughts here on Colorado?
I don't know if anybody caught that. One of Joe's pups was looking out the window, and I'm thinking to myself, looks like Bruce Weber looking for answers with this Kansas State offense, because there is nothing to talk about with this Kansas State team. You lose your 3 top scorers. Quite frankly, and this is not me patting myself on the back, I don't know how you give 3 free buckets to Drake on opening night. That might have been the easiest money I think I've ever made as a sports bettor, both with the spread and the money line. There's nothing to like about this Kansas State team, especially against a Colorado team that I think is one of the more underrated squads in the Pac-12. I mean, you got McKinley Wright, who's one of the best point guards in the country. I can't disagree with any of Joe's points. I think Colorado wins this game comfortably. I think this could even be pushed up to 6.5 or 7.5. I think Colorado wins this one by at least 8 to 10 points with some free throws late, if not have it completely and safely covered by that point.
I'll agree here on Colorado laying the points here against the Kansas State Jayhawks. All right, Joe D'Amico, as we're approaching quarter after the hour, what do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Tony, I am so excited right now. I do not need to take a little blue pill tonight. I'm going to tell you right now, today, college football looks like I'm 2-1. I have 3 big winners on the board for tomorrow. I got my 4-0 gridiron, my 72% touchdown play, and my Big Ten East game of the month. I also have a 3-game discounted package. You get all 3 for less than the price of lunch, guys. Folks, I've got an easy winner yesterday on the Washington football team. I have 4 big Sunday plays. I have the Ravens-Steelers winner. Hopefully that goes. My NFL 66% touchdown play, my 25-6 reverse angle move, and my coveted 58-13 Las Vegas strip move winner. Guys, today I am 2-0 in college basketball, 3-1 overall on the season thus far. I have 2 more winners up for you tonight. My 31-9 odds makers mistake, and my 73% slam dunk play. And just because I have sold so many, they are so in demand, I kept up that 50% off seasonal discount flash sale on college basketball, guys. You get every one of my winners straight from today, straight through the final seconds of the national title game in April for about $2.50 a day, just $375 for the season. It's so crazy. Even my dogs are going crazy over it. Guys, and just want you to know, I will start my MMA run on Pick Dogs this year. I'm 14-3 in MMA, and I will start with having MMA winners for you on tomorrow's card tonight. I know the main event, Blades got COVID. It will not be taking place. There's still some great cards, fights on this card. I will tell you this. I know a lot of these fighters personally. I don't push my relationship with them, but I watch them train. I know the ins and outs, and I'm going to tell you this. You follow me in MMA, you're going to get paid. And I want to say one more thing before I go. My fellow Bash brother, I love Brian Bittler. I'm not going to give it away because he hasn't talked about it yet. But at the end of every show, Tony asks us panelists who we like the best, which other handicappers plays on the show we like the best. And I love Brian Bittler's upcoming pick. You stick with Brian's pick tonight. I promise you, he'll make you money too. And stick with me, folks. I'm sorry, I have to run. I can't do the whole show today. I'm going to pick up an award. I actually received a journalism award from the powers that be here in the entertainment community on the Strip, the Las Vegas entertainment community are giving me a journalism award, and I'm very excited about that. I can't stay the whole show, so you don't have to take that other aspirin, guys. But I want you to know, and I want to say thank you to Tony, Chris, and the other great guys on the show tonight. Listen to them. You're going to make some money.
That's right, guys. Don't make money with Joe D'Amico. Check him out over at Pick Dogs. He's got that 7-day and 30-day all sports pass. Get all of his plays that he posts on the website. He includes that MMA, of course, NFL, college football, college basketball. Get on board right with Joe D'Amico. He's a winner. He's off to a great start in college basketball. All right, Joe, as always, great having your show. All right, enjoy your night out in town. Hey, congratulations on that award, and we'll talk with you next Monday.
Thank you. God bless everybody. Everybody have a winning weekend. Chris, Tony, Brian, all the guys. I love you guys. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
All right, everybody. Joe D'Amico here on the drive-through as we continue on here. I'm joined with Chris. Chris Ruffalo will co-host with me here as we continue on the show. If anybody can get a hold of Jeff Jeter, anyone's got Jeter's text, call him and tell him to get on the show. It was my bad on that start time. I thought he sent us a game that started. You know, these rotations are all screwed up right now, and it was screwed up on my end. So, Jeff Jeter, you can hear me. Sign on back to the show. We can take your pick on the show today. All right, we'll continue on. And it's Chris. You're up here. You're looking at this Mercer and Georgia Tech game.
Yeah, I'm just texting Jeter right now.
All right.
Sorry. All right, there we go. We're good. Okay, so I got family in Georgia, so I follow a lot of the Georgia basketball quite closely. That's why I kind of chose this game tonight. It's near and dear to my heart. Georgia Tech, what a way to kick off your season, man. A 4 overtime game against Georgia State. Lost 123-120. And, as good as that may sound on the surface, putting up 120 points, they have a three-headed monster, Moses Wright, Michael DeVoe, and Jose Alvarado. These guys combined for 84 points in that game. 84 points in 4 overtimes, still impressive. Problem is, 3 of them combined shot 25 for 67 in that game. They're about 36%, 37% for that game. Numbers like that aren't going to cut it on a nightly basis, especially if you're in a Power 5 conference from your biggest players. These guys need to be a lot more consistent. You look at Mercer. These guys, they have guys coming back. Most notably, Ross Cummings, one of their more consistent players. He's been there. He's a senior coming in. He's going to be their leader. You've got a Georgia Tech team that basically just played a game and a half 2 nights ago. And, over the course of 4 overtimes, guys were probably exhausted. This is a quick turnaround for them, though. And, Mercer doesn't get many cracks, the big boys in these big conferences, especially when it's an in-state rivalry game. I could easily see Mercer battling and bringing this one down to a 6 or 7 point game. Life's not going to be easy for Georgia Tech in this game, and I'm going to take Mercer with the points.
All right, he says Mercer with the points, says Chris Ruffalo. You find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Chris, we're approaching the bottom of the hour. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, I still have my college basketball Black Friday bonanza up at the website. We're going to have 3 picks for the evening games tonight. Guys, we're starting NCAA basketball on a hot streak to start the year. Guys don't want to miss out on those. I got it for $29.95 over at the website, or hop on one of the long-term packages. We sound like a broken record, but those are going to be your best value. You're going to get a ton of picks. You're going to get all my picks for Saturday, Sunday NFL, Monday. We're going to have college hoops in there as well. Who knows if there's soccer, MMA, who knows at this point. But either way, you're going to get a bundle of picks for a great price. 7-day, 30-day, even the yearly package is going to be up there as well. And I'm going to have stuff for you guys all throughout the month of December, so just stay tuned. Always tune into the drive-thru. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what you're going to get.
That's right, guys. Check out Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes? You'll get all of his plays, NFL, college football, college basketball. He also dips into MMA, some English Premier Soccer as well. So get on board with Chris Ruffalo. He'll get you in the winner's circle. You see it off to a fantastic start in college basketball, approaching 300 units of profit. All right, continue on here on the drive-thru. I was joined here with Chris Ruffalo. And Chris, we're going to go ahead and bring in our man, we've got Brian Bittler. Yeah, he's the next one. We've got him on the college football game tonight, the Civil War. Let's bring in Brian Bittler right now. Mr. Brian, how are things going today?
Well, Joe isn't the only one with an award. I got an award right here. Here I got my own award, but I'm ready to go with college football winners. I'm stoked for tonight's game. Can't wait to get going.
All right, we got the Civil War here. Oregon State starting at 7:30 Eastern time. Oregon, a big favorite. How do you see it?
I'll tell you what, formerly named the Civil War, these two teams do not like each other. Oregon barely scraped by UCLA, Bruins team that, for me really doesn't cut the mustard. And here the Beavers are 5-0 against the spread. Last 5 as a dog, 5-1 against the spread off a loss, and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 conference games. To me, the Beavers have a chance to win this game outright, but I'll take the 13.5 all day long. I think it's a touchdown game. Do yourself a favor, guys. Get on Oregon State. It should pay you very easily.
All right, Brian Bittler says go ahead and take the point here with Oregon State against Oregon, 13.30.5 on the marketplace out there, so shop for your best number. All right, Chris, your thoughts here on this one, Oregon State.
Yeah, I can't disagree. This was a big, we talked about on the morning show. I mean, you look at just these two teams, like Brian said, do not like each other. They're oil and water. They do not mix. And, the thing about Oregon State is that this is still a team with a young yet a talented quarterback in Tristan Gebbia, and I like Oregon as much as the next person, but I start to wonder if that game against UCLA was a little bit looking ahead to this game. But again, Oregon's got bigger fish to fry in the Pac-12 this year. Do I think they win this game? Probably. There is still potential for a money line, but I think this is at most a 10-point game, 38-28, something in that area code. But I'm with Brian. I think this game, if you take Oregon State, you cover easily and don't even sweat about it.
Can't argue that. Oregon's defense has been a little sloppy this season. All right, Brian, approaching the bottom of the hour, what do you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you what, overall tomorrow I got 5 premium plays, but my best one, the golden ticket for $30 at pickdogs.com premium picks. It goes off at 12 noon tomorrow. It's a game you can wager any amount and win comfortably. The golden ticket, pick it up at pickdogs.com premium pick section.
All right, check Brian Bittler. He is now the updated records over at Pig Dogs show. Brian Bittler, the #1 documented handicapper over at Pig Dogs Premium, plus 750 units returned in profit. That's counting the games today, so he's #1. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes of Brian? He's got a 7-day, a 30-day. Get all of his plays over at the website. All right, that's Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Brian, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. Let's get over 1,000 units by weekend's end, my man.
I got my award. I'll see you guys later.
All right. We'll see you later, our man. That's our man here, Brian and Bittler here joining us here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with our coverage with our show. We got him on the freeze frame. Yeah, that's our favorite picture there with the fingers there at the end, right? Let's see.
I couldn't tell if that was I couldn't tell if that was Brian's thumb or his head.
Yeah, that was really difficult to tell. Now let's bring in our man Rod Zawacki. You'll hear him in the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch and Company. And Rod Zawacki, how you doing today, Rod?
Doing good, Tony.
All right, can't complain here. Those Dolphins, you were right with that game against Denver last week.
Yeah, I said, watch out. They were due for a little letdown. It's like Denver's not an easy place to come in to play. Mile high. That thin air is for real.
Yep, it certainly is. All right, you're going to be looking at college basketball tonight. This one to get off at 9 Eastern time. It's VCU and Memphis facing off. Memphis looking to bounce back. This one will be on ESPN2. We got Memphis about a 6-point favorite in this one.
Yeah, Memphis is a 6-point off a loss here. This is a third place game in their little tournament they're going here. For me, Memphis was in quite the battle with Western Kentucky there. Western Kentucky, not a bad team at all. Not a bad team at all. But looking at this one, Memphis has 4 guys returning. They only lost 1 guy. Got a nice transfer in Landers Noli. He's definitely going to be the team's leading scorer. I looked Memphis is 4-0 ATS after a loss. They're also 4-1 ATS on Fridays. I look at BCU, and BCU only returned 1 starter, so it's going to take them a little more time to gel. Take Memphis to bounce back after their loss against Western Kentucky tonight. I see them coming in here and winning this game by 10+. Take Memphis -6 over BCU.
All right,
they're just a better team all around.
Rod Zawacki on Memphis laying the 6 here against VCU, looking to bounce back. That Western Kentucky, the real thing this year. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup?
Yeah, well, I mean, the VCU defense, which is something that this team's perennially known for, has just been, it hasn't been there this year, even just through 2 games. It's a big enough sample size that we can at least make an early judgment on it. And, even though VCU's coming in as the higher scoring team, the thing about the Rams is that the offense hasn't looked like it's come easily to VCU. Like, it looks like it's just been a struggle for VCU to put up points, even though they're averaging 75 a game. Memphis, like Rod said, they have Landers Nolly transfer from Virginia Tech. I also think he's going to be their leading scorer. I can imagine he's probably going to put up close to 20 points a game this season. I also think, same thing. Memphis is just the better team. They have the better coach in Penny Hardaway. Memphis is going to be a real dark horse in the AAC this year, so I'm with Rod on this one. I think Memphis wins this one by at least 10 points.
All right, I'll agree here on the Memphis Tigers at 9 Eastern time tonight. All right, Rod, hitting the bottom of the hour. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I've got 1 pick available today, and it's on the college football game, the Civil War. You want to jump on over to the website and grab my Friday night stiff arm play, 10-star play. Love this play. It's going to cash in huge. This is the game of the night that I have left.
All right, guys, check out Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes? He's got a play right now going over at the site. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
You have yourself a wonderful weekend. Good luck.
All right, everybody. We'll get some winners here with Rod Zawacki. All right, continue on the drive-through with Chris. We're going to see if our man, we get a hold of our man Jeff Jeter. We'll see if he's signed on, because he does have a pick on the show. Let's give a peek. Is he back? Nope, I guess not. I guess he didn't make that. He didn't get the memo. So we'll continue on, and if he doesn't come on, we'll give you the pick, because we again, some of these start times were a little goofy today, and we thought his game had started. He was right.
Well, I was right. I was right in the Fresno State Pacific game last night. I thought it was at 10 o'clock. I see this 10 o'clock start time jumbled in with all the 6 o'clocks. I'm like, okay, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And then today.
Yeah. I had seen the UT Arlington game early in the afternoon, and again, it's coming at 7:30. So we'll continue on here. We'll bring in our man Goran. Goran, you'll find him over at Sports Chat Place. Goran, how are things going today, my man?
Hey guys, pretty good. End of the week, so finally getting there.
Well, I know you had a lot of soccer this week. There was a lot of soccer this week, and I know you have a lot next weekend. So you're going to be looking at Everton and Leeds for us today.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Chris's territory for a little bit there.
All right. So how do you see
Everton? Yeah, Everton is finally looking decent, I would say, after their bad period for a while there. But they're conceding a lot of goals. They conceded at least 1 goal in their last 10 games. And Leeds is not doing very well in the offensive end, but they can score goals. That's pretty obvious here. And that's why I would take both teams to score and over here, because both teams have a few important injuries, and I think we could see a good game here. And just to get Chris on my better side here, I would take Everton as well, because I would give a slight advantage to them at home.
All right, you get a size advantage at home there. And, of course, Chris, the show pick is Everton Leeds. Both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals. And he likes also Everton to win. How do you see it?
That's a shot in the heart. I mean, yeah, I appreciate it. You gained a little bit of brownie points, but you still said decent. No, I'm kidding. We've been Everton's been terrible lately, but I'm with Goran on this 100%. I would even see if it's an option for you to push it to both teams to score over 3.5. Get yourself some plus money if you find that an option anywhere. I've looked at these two teams, what they played so far. 9 of the 18 combined games have seen between Everton and Leeds have seen both teams score and at least 3.5 goals. You're seeing games that are like 4-1, 3-2. We've seen, a couple 4-3s on Leeds schedule. We've seen a couple 3-2s for Everton. This is going to be a high-scoring game. There's not going to be much defense played. I feel bad for the Leeds goalkeeper. I feel bad for Jordan Pickford because they're going to be picking the ball out of the net a couple times on each side on, the whole game. I'm with Goran 100% on this one. I even looked. I think you can get Everton to win an over 3.5 at almost plus 400. So if Goran likes Everton and you like the over there, I would look at Everton and over 3.5 at plus 385.
All right, there you go. Agreement there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the agreement there with Goran in the play. Everton leads over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score at minus 120, and they're throwing in Everton there to win as well. All right, Goran, hitting the bottom of the hour. I know it's a big week of soccer overseas. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, there's a season pack, 3-day pack, and 7-day pack are all up already, and the daily pack for tomorrow is coming up shortly. And of course, a lot of free content at Sport Chat Place as usual.
That's right. Free content there from Goran over at a Sports Chat Place. So check him out. Why not pick up a long-term pass, get all of Goran's plays? I know he's got an EPL season pass up there, so why not pick it up over at Pig Dogs Premium? All right, Goran, it's always great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right, our buddy Goran here on the drive-thru. Doesn't look like our man. Jeff Jeter is going to make the show. I don't think he's going to make it. Sorry, Jeff.
Get it together, jeez.
All right. We'll give you his pick at the end of the show. How's about that? All right, let's get the screen going here. All right.
I swear to God, into Joe D'Amico. Jeez.
All right, now it's time for my pick, and let's get it going here. We're going to go into college basketball, and we're going to be looking here at this one between Valparaiso and Vanderbilt. We're going to go ahead and take the points of Valpo at plus 6 against Vandy. Crusaders peaked late in the season with a run to the Missouri Valley Conference Finals, finished their season with 19 wins. Valpo, a deep team, returned a lot of experienced players who contribute minutes, either as scorers or coming off the bench to score. They recruited well into the system. Fifth-year coach Matt Lodich, talented sophomores and freshmen on his bench. They were high school scorers. Vanderbilt head coach Jerry Stackhouse really had a tough beginning last year. I mean, they finished 11-21 in his first season. They went 3-15 against the SEC. Stackhouse is relying on transfers to help scoring, but the rest of the cast need a lot of improvement. Commodores were a poor defensive team, and last year they struggled on the defensive glass. The question is, will those transfers play defense at a high enough level? That's the big question mark. I'm going to go ahead and take Valparaiso at plus 6. What say you, Chris?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I liked Valparaiso in the Horizon League, and then all of a sudden they decide to switch to the Missouri Valley, and then everything sort of started to fall apart for Valparaiso. But the thing is that Vanderbilt's just so bad. They're just such a bad team. You bring in DJ Harvey from Notre Dame. You have Scottie Pippen Jr. on the team. I still don't think that makes you a decent team, even in the SEC. I think this is just a bad spot for Vanderbilt. I'm not going to go out on go to the Drake level, but Valparaiso plus 6. I don't know why Vanderbilt's laying 6 points. This is a 2 or 3 point game and that's being generous. Valparaiso, I'm going to take Valparaiso money line. I think I don't even think you need the 6 points, but take them to be safe. I think Valparaiso's the much better team here, much better experience. You look at what they did coming into this last year. This was a team that didn't have a double-digit scorer on the roster from last year. But I think they're only going to get better with time. I think once Missouri Valley play starts, Valparaiso's going to do well, and I think they're going to build a little bit of confidence with a win over a Power 5 here. So I'm with you, Tony. I like Valpo plus 6.
All right, agreement there with Valparaiso plus the 6 points. All right, that's the drive-through, guys. We're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back Monday with a lot more. And of course, everything begins on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time as we have the morning show with Mitch and Company. I know Ron Romanelli is on that show on Saturday, so be sure to tune in, and you'll get the big rundown on the big card from college football as well as some college basketball coverage. All right, now it's that time for us to go ahead and review the picks from today's show. All right, we got off with Joe Duffy here. He said go ahead and take UNC Greensboro -4 against Arkansas Little Rock. Joe D'Amico with his drive-by pick for the drive-through. He was in and out. He said take Colorado -4.5 against Kansas State. Chris was on the Mercer plus 12.5 against Georgia Tech. Brian Bittler, Oregon State plus the points here. 13.5 to do your shopping against Oregon. Rod Zawacki, Memphis -6 against VCU. Gorin, take Everton Leeds to go over 2.5 goals. Both teams have scored. That returns -120. And yours truly was on Valparaiso plus the 6 against Vanderbilt. All right, we heard already from Joe. We're going to give you guys Jeff Jeter's pick. He was on Louisiana Tech laying the points here against UT Arlington. And let's see, that line is right now at 6. So Jeff Jeter, Louisiana Tech -6 against UT Arlington. All right, we heard from Joe D'Amico earlier. He really likes Brian's play with Oregon State. Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Okay, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying this. I just took about 30 seconds and just wrote down the whole board because I think I might actually put in a 7-game parlay because I like everything on this card. But if I have to pick the one that stands out to me the most, Colorado -4.5 against Kansas State. I'm with Joe D'Amico.
Yeah, the anti-Kansas State route here again. A lot of people are against this K-State team. All right, Goran, you still there, my man?
I am.
How about a bonus pick? I know you don't follow these sports, but give us a bonus pick from EPL this weekend.
Take Liverpool against Brighton. I'm not sure of the odds, but if you give me a second, I'll check. But I think that's a sure thing because Liverpool lost to Atalanta in the Champions League. That's something they didn't expect to do. And they are playing against Brighton tomorrow on the road, and -163. I think that's a steal here.
All right, we've got a steal there from our man Goran. All right, guys, another great weekend of coverage here coming up here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. You can check out the morning show with Mitch and Company Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We'll get you ready for that Saturday and Sunday football. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the Pick Dogs from today's show. Let's give a nice wave goodbye. Have a great night. And don't forget here we go. We got Rod Zawacki here with his pick, his play, the Birdcage play, Egg Bowl, Mississippi State money line at +270. Any thoughts on that, Chris, before we go?
I still have to delve into that game, but it's a viable play. I mean, Ole Miss is giving up points in bunches to other teams this season, so I'll have a pick for everyone on the morning show tomorrow, though.
All right, guys, have a good night, and we'll talk with you guys next Monday.